Hey guys, today I'm going to go over the construction of this fuser I made. So to start off, here it is running. As you can see in all its glory. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that high voltage. So here is the base of the high voltage. This is my Variac. It handles about 10 amps. So I can control the voltage and power going to the high voltage power supply, which is what this wire is all about. Before working with high voltage, you always want to unplug the cable and yeah, be very safe with high voltage. So here's my power supply. It consists of 3 MOTs, or microwave oven transformers. The smallest of them is used as a resistor or ballast. Pretty much the primary is hooked up in series with the other 2 primaries, and the secondary is shorted out. The magnetic differential or whatever creates a very high resistance and current limits these 2. So, and that noise is my vacuum pump. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. So that puts out about 4,000 volts AC at max power. Maybe a little over, maybe a little under. I'm not sure. I've never measured it. I don't have any equipment to measure that. This is my rectifier circuit. I have 8 diodes rated for 800 volts. Current, I think they're rated for about an amp, so that's more than enough for what I'm doing. The reason for this is because if you have AC, then the ions will flow from both the outer to the inner and the inner to the outer. You don't want that. You want it just to go to the inner. So this rectifies it. This is only a half wave rectifier, and it works fine, but I need to get a capacitor on it. I have these 2 from the microwaves, and pretty much what these do is because when you rectify a signal, an AC signal, an AC signal is like a sine wave. When you rectify it, you just cut off the top. So it's like pulse, 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 pulse. And so a capacitor filters that, so it's just a nice straight line. It's not choppy. So the reason I'm not using these is because this one's smaller than this one, so it doesn't distribute the voltage properly. And at 4,000 volts, I don't want to be overdoing a capacitor because things can get explosive with capacitors, and I don't want to deal with that. So I'm just going to wait till I get some properly fitted capacitors for that. So, onto the housing. This was some kind of water filtration system from, I don't know, some kind of project, or I don't know what this was from. Anyway, I saw this and I was like, hey, look, a vacuum chamber. Let's use it as a vacuum. So it already had this fitting, which was convenient. So all I had to do was just get a vacuum hose fitting and thread it in with Teflon tape. So that pretty much took care of that. And then, as you can see, I had to drill 2 holes for the inner and outer grid. Those just feed the wires right through, covered up with hot glue and epoxy. And then those obviously go to the high voltage supply. So, oh, and by the way, the inner is negative and the outer is positive DC. The lid actually comes off, believe it or not. It has a nice big fat O-ring on there, and there was a pipe or something in there that I had to fill up right there. So anyway, once I got this all sealed up, it was pretty much good to go. And then of course I have my piping, some kind of nylon pipe, going to my vacuum pump, which is a Save Vac 140. You can pick these up on Craigslist, eBay, $100, maybe even cheaper. This one gets down to about 0.01 torr, and that's equivalent to about 10 microns, so that's plenty for what I'm doing for this fuser experiment. If you want to get into serious experimenting, like actually achieving fusion hundreds of times a second or a minute, you're going to need to get a better vacuum than that, and probably invest in a stainless steel housing instead of just a simple bell jar. So that's pretty much it for what I have. What I'm planning to do is, I just took this balloon a few minutes ago and backfed that into here, made a little different glow. I got a video of that I'll post up, but what what I'm planning to do is get a Hoffman apparatus, or probably build it, because they're kind of expensive. They're like $100. Get one of those for the fuel source, and then go to United Nuclear, get some drying agent, and get some heavy water, and then extract the hydrogen from that, and then backfill this with that, so it'll be filled with heavy hydrogen. That'll be really good, because that's when you get nice uniform star shape inside and more fusions occurring and whatnot. So anyway, that's that, and that's what my plans are. I might get a neutron detector and whatnot, but I'll just have to wait and see. So anyway, more experiments coming. Thank you for watching.